Hello Farnaz.
Hi,
Bu
hi Berna.
hi. Bugün konuğumuz İran'dan Farnaz Jurabchian. Ben kendisiyle birkaç sene öncesinde Tahran'da belgesel festivalde sinema veritede tanışmıştım ve festivalimizde Final Encore isimli deneysel belgeseliyle yer alıyor. Erkek kardeşiyle birlikte yönettikleri bir deneysel belgesel bu. Şimdi kendisiyle kısa bir söyleşi yapacağız. Önce bize kendisini tanıtacak. Ben söylediklerini Türkçe'ye çevireceğim. Farnaz'ı tanıyacağız. Filmiyle ilgili de biraz konuşacağız. Hi again, Farnaz. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi Berna. Nice to see you again.
Yes. It's a pleasure to meet you again. Okay, it's online, but at least we meet. Yes, thank you very much for being in our festival with your experimental documentary Final Encore, which you have made with your brother. Can you please introduce yourself a bit to us, to our audiences?
Sure. Thank you for having me in your festival. It's too bad that because of the situation, we cannot travel to your beautiful country. I've been to Istanbul many times, and I think it's one of the beautiful city of the world. And I'm so pleased and proud to be part of this festival as well. Well, I studied, but my name is Farnaz Jurabchian, Farnaz. I studied cinema in Canada at Melhoppenheim School of Cinema, Concordia University. I started making short films in Canada. Then I came back to Iran after graduation and participated in Asghar Farhadi's workshop for almost 9 months. At the end of workshop, we were supposed to make short films. Since making films is, as you know, is expensive. So my brother and I decided to make one film together at the end of the workshop. So it was the beginning of our collaboration as sibling filmmakers together. And until now, until this very day, we have made a few short films and documentaries together. And it's like we are having a family business together, which have like two bosses. And it's not like we always make films together, but sometimes we work separately as well.
Did your brother also join Asghar Farhadi's workshop with you?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
it
yes.
was for 9 months, you
It
said.
was for 9 months. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
When I translate, let me translate what you said into Turkish. And
Sure.
can you please say the name of your cinema school in Canada once more when I translate it into Turkish? Okay.
Sure.
Uh,
Actually, it's Concordia University, and the School of Cinema is Melhoppenheim School of Cinema.
Okay. Farnaz festivalimizde ona yer verdiğimiz için çok teşekkür etti. Güzel şehriniz İstanbul'a seyahat edemediğimiz için çok üzgünüz dedi. Festivalimizde olmaktan gurur duyuyorum dedi. Farnaz sinema eğitimine Kanada'da Concordia Üniversitesi'nde başladı. Orada bitirdi. Yes, what was the name of the university again?
Concordia.
Concordia, yes. And
Yes. And the school was Melhoppenheim School of
evet,
Cinema.
Concordia'da sinema okulunda, bu ismini söylediği sinema okulunda okudu. Daha sonra İranlı yönetmen, festivallerden de filmlerini tanıdığımız Asghar Farhadi'nin workshoplarına katıldı 9 ay boyunca ve erkek kardeşiyle birlikte çalışmaya başladı. Erkek kardeş de aynı workshop'a katılmış. Onunla birlikte filmler yapıyorlar, iki patron gibi çalışıyorlar ama ayrı ayrı filmler de yapıyorlar. Yes, you can continue.
Yes, and about Final Encore, that is in your festival, which is
Yes.
an experimental documentary, somehow a video art. I should say that, as it was mentioned in the beginning of the movie, every day on the street of our city, Tehran, a house is being demolished. A house that one day was designed based on our all architecture principles, aesthetic, and our needs, actually. And final encore pay homage to one of these houses that is waiting to be pulled down. And several Iranian artists have gathered in this house and created works to pay last tribute to it as a representative of historical houses of Tehran, of our city. And if I want to explain more about Final Encore and why it grabbed my attention right away, I should say that this truth about Iranian culture, the truth that we Iranians are very worried about the disappearance of the old culture and the works that show our past. This is, you know, um, it is as if living in memories and being kind of nostalgia or becoming nostalgic in some way. And it is part of being Iranian. So that's why Final Encore grabbed my attention right away. Um, I think you have to translate.
Yes, yes. You have made this movie Final Encore because you were interested in the disappearance of old culture,
Exactly, yeah.
and you are interested in living memories.
Yes, exactly. That this I'm talking about the truth that all Iranians, they are worried about the disappearance of old culture, and
Okay.
yeah, and like the works that show our past. And Final Encore, it exactly showed the same thing. So that's why it grabbed my attention right away.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same in my region in Istanbul also.
Mm.
Every day we see an old house which is demolished. Evet,
Yeah.
festivalimizde gösterilen Final Encore, Tahran'da hemen hemen her gün karşısına çıkan bir durum üzerine eski bir evin yıkılması. Bu evlerden birine adanmış. Sanatçılar bu eski evlere, yıkılan eski evlere saygı niteliğinde toplanmışlar. Farnaz'ın ilgisini bu konunun çekmesi ise genel olarak şöyle bir gerçek var ki diyor, biz İranlılar yok olan eski kültüre karşı hassasız. Bütün geçmişimizi gösteren İran eski kültürüne ait olan işler ilgimi çektiği için bu filmi yapmaya karar verdim diyor. Yes, you can continue. I want to ask about that house in your movie. Is it a
Okay.
house which belongs to your family or in your region? Why that house or why that street?
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, the curators of that exhibition, who are my friends, they used to live in that house,
Ah, yes.
and they were very concerned about its disappearance. So they decided to ask several artists, Iranian artists, from different mediums like painters, photographers, graffiti artists, video artists, to produce variety of work of arts in that house as an homage, um, and as an homage to our like basically fading past. So and since I grew up, I think I have to wait for you to translate.
Okay. Bu binada yapılan o sergide sanatçıların bir araya gelip çeşitli sanat eserleri çıkarttıkları o evde yapılan bu serginin küratörleri de Farnaz'ın arkadaşlarıymış. Yes, you can continue.
Yeah, yeah. And since I grew up in one of those old houses, I felt a lot of belongings to that exhibition, and decided to make my own film that shows both the exhibition and beyond that what is happening in our society, like the disappearance of the past and old buildings, and the new replacements, and replacement of new unidentified, ugly skyscraper like buildings, new buildings. that only change the shape of our city unnecessarily. So this was my attention.
Okay. Kendisi de o eski evlerden birinde büyümüş. O yüzden bu sergi, bu evdeki bu sergi onu çok etkilemiş. Geçmişin yok olması ve bunun yerine kişiliksiz o çirkin binaların yapılması şehrin yüzünü değiştiren gereksiz bir uygulama. Yes, you think that this is an unnecessary work to change the face of the cities?
Yeah, in my opinion, yes, because most of these old houses, which is mostly located in north of Tehran, they are beautiful, and and most of them they were built by very famous and well-educated Iranian architect. So there's no need to change. There's no need to change them, or to destroy them,
Yeah,
you
yes.
know what I mean?
Let me translate, okay?
Yeah.
Bu özellikle Tahran'ın kuzeyindeki bu eski binalar, eski evler zamanında önemli mimarlar tarafından yapılmış. Bunların yıkılması, yok edilmesi için hiçbir sebep yok diyor. Yes.
And in each of these old houses, which are building, as I said, according to architectural principles, and there were people living in them. It's like as if the house were destroyed. Somehow, these people disappeared as well. So it's like one culture disappears and another culture take its place. So this is exactly happening in our city, Tehran.
You mean when the houses were demolished, the culture is also disappearing and the people are also disappearing and new people and new culture. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
Bu yapılırken bir yandan bir kültür yok oluyor. Bir yandan o binada yaşayan insanlar yok oluyor ve yerlerine yeni bir kültür ve yeni insanlar geliyor. Ve Farnaz'ın da ilgisini bu konu çekiyor. Tıpkı aslında burada da olduğu gibi. Yeah, we also face the same problem. It's a change, okay, but yeah, in my opinion also, I don't like this. The disappearance of the culture and the disappearance of the people, and new styles are coming. The replacement is with new styles, which doesn't belong to that region.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And during the show, we started. When I watched the exhibition of my friend, it grabbed my attention right away because it was like I felt like, wow, this is what I want to say about this city. It's like we are losing our city somehow. The city that we are living in, changing its face like every day, every minute, every second, and it's like we're losing it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So during the show, we started brainstorming how and where to start filming. Actually, we had to take several parts and at the same time choose the right way, right angles to shoot. Because there were several episodes, several floors, different departments. So yeah. And we should try not to distract by other things, by visitors and stuff like that. So the shooting took like 8 to 10 days, I guess. I remember. This is what I remember. And in fact, Final Encore has its name in it, inside it, actually. It's like the farewell with the house. And it's like the farewell with, the old culture somehow.
Bu sergiyi sanatçı arkadaşlarının bu binada yaptıkları sergiyi gördüğünde böyle bir film, bu filmin fikri doğmuş. 8-10 günlük bir çalışmayla ortaya çıkmış film. Bir kültür yok oluyor, o evler yok oluyor ve you said that it's a farewell with the houses and farewell, sorry I couldn't catch it. Farewell with the houses and farewell with what did you say?
with the old culture actually.
With the old
with,
culture, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Filmin ismi kendi içinde ve bu bir eski o evle birlikte eski kültüre de bir hoşça kal, bay bay demek gibi veda oluyor. Yes, and
I think that's
yeah.
it. I mean, that's all I want to say about Final Encore. I hope the viewers enjoy Final Encore and you
Yeah.
know can communicate to it.
Evet, izleyiciler umarım filmi beğenirler diyor. And what about your brother? You are the two directors of Final Encore, and does he also continue to make the movies?
Yes, actually, we've been working together after Final Encore on many movies. Our previous films Overruled, which was about Afghan tennis players in Iran. Actually, it was premiered in Hot Dogs Film Festival in Canada, and it was like a successful documentary films, mid-length documentary films. And right now we are working on our first feature-length documentary film, which is Silent House, and it is a self-portrait kind of autobiography of our own family, which happens in our old house. And it explores pre and post-revolutionary Iran through traditional Iranian family, actually.
Kardeşiyle çalışmaları devam ediyor. Bu Final Encore'un ortak yönetmeni, erkek kardeşi. İran'daki Afgan tenis oyuncularıyla ilgili bir belgeselleri, orta metraj bir belgeselleri var. Bir de bugünlerde bir daha uzun belgesele çalışıyorlar. Bu da kendi aileleriyle ilgili devrim öncesi, devrim sonrası İran'da bir aile. The name of this documentary you are working now is Silent House.
Silent House.
Silent House. Evet,
yeah.
Sessiz Ev diye bir belgesel üzerine çalışıyorlar.
You know, it's exactly the same as the book of Orhan Pamuk, Silent House.
Ah, yes, yes. Orhan Pamuk'un Sessiz Ev kitabı gibi, evet. So you read this book? Did you read the book?
I read the book. Yeah, yeah. Yani many years ago, yeah.
Evet, kitabı yıllar önce okuduğunu söylüyor. Yes, Farnaz, thank you very much. What would you like to say to young documentary makers or filmmakers about the struggles they may have?
Well, I'm not really good in, you know, giving advice, but being documentary filmmakers everywhere is not really easy. You know, it's a very hard job. It takes a lot of efforts, energy, you know, everything, and you have to sacrifice many things on that. You know, it's a long and hard way. So the only thing I can say is that never give up, and you know, go on and just try to focus on your work and be optimistic. That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, yes. Being optimistic is very important, yes. Genç belgesel yapımcılarına ne gibi tavsiyeleri olur diye sordum son olarak. Tavsiye vermek konusunda çok iyi değilim ama belgesel yapmak kolay bir iş değil, uzun ve zor bir yol. Hiçbir zaman vazgeçmeyin, konunuza odaklanın, yapmak istediğinize odaklanın ve devam edin. Ve iyimser olun diyor. Okay, would you like to add anything more?
Thank you again for having me, and I hope that this year we get rid of this COVID-19, and I wish everyone be healthy and safe.
Okay, thank you very much. I wish the same to you.
Thank you.
Son olarak eklemek istediğin bir şeyler var mı diye sordum. Tabii ki bu Covid'den uzaklaşarak sağlıklı günlerde görüşelim diyerek bitiriyoruz. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Berna.
Evet.